Chief, thank you for your friendship. Congratulations on this well-earned honor tonight and for all the great you've done for so many.
Thanks very much to all of you who have come. And John, thanks for that kind introduction and for your friendship and partnership. Congratulations to Dan and Joanne Murphy, Jewel Food Stores, and Diane Swank, and I'm very proud to be sharing this stage with you. Thanks to the entire leadership team and staff of the American Cancer Society for this great honor and for your tireless efforts in the fight against cancer. I'm honored to be recognized tonight and cannot be more thrilled to have so many of my coworkers, friends, and family here to share the evening with me. Folks have come from 11 different cities, and I cannot be more appreciative of your efforts. I'm especially grateful to have my 87-year-old mother from St. Louis here with us. You all mean the world to me, and I love you. I'd like to share a little bit about my cancer journey and why this mission has been so personally important to me and my family. As a carefree 1970s teenager, my best childhood friend and next-door neighbor told me one day that his mother had cancer. As a boy, the word cancer meant very little to me, and thankfully at that stage I really had not been exposed to any serious illness. Just weeks after telling me his mom had cancer, I knocked on his door one day to go play ping pong after school like we often did, but this time my visit was going to be very different. As I entered the kitchen, his mom was sitting at the table and I could barely recognize her. She'd always been a kind, smiling, and attractive woman, but when I saw that day, totally shocked my system as the woman before me was a taut skeleton and barely the shell of a person. She had a glazed and totally helpless look about her, and I could tell she was embarrassed when you see her looking that way as she whispered, "Hi, Keith," out of her weakened body. This frightened me to the core, and I wondered what could have possibly happened to this beautiful woman to make her look this way. And that image still haunts me to this day, and that was my introduction to cancer. Unfortunately, my friend's mom passed away at age 49 later that year, and he was never the same after it, eventually taking his own life as a confused and depressed adult. Fast forward to my young adult world, experiencing life as a new husband to my beautiful wife Barb, and my second jarring cancer experience. This time, I witnessed Barb's mom and best friend Joyce valiantly battling cancer. This beautiful woman, but even closer to me, fought courageously to make it to our wedding, ignoring her pain and suffering that night so that she could make her daughter happy. I remember vividly the effort it took for Joyce to put on her beautiful dress and get all made up so she could head to the dance floor for our Aurora with dignity in class while flashing a $1 million smile. Unfortunately, the great Joyce did not make it long enough to see her grandchildren being born. Our kids only know her from her radiant wedding photos and from our own home movies. Another lovely human being struck down way too young. About that time, I had a real hard time shaking these two vivid memories, and I heard a recent quote from Muhammad Ali, and it started ringing in my ears. He said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." And true to my type A personality, I decided I wanted to dedicate myself to raising funds for cancer research so that one day perhaps other families would not have to go through such agony. In 1995, I walked into the downtown office of the American Cancer Society and told them that I had an idea about how to raise money and make a difference in the fight against cancer. I sketched out the Chicago Select Golf Invitational, the best possible charity golf tournament I could dream up on the best possible golf course I could find, and I asked for support to give it a go. I proceeded to tap into my networking gene to see who I could find that would help me get access to a great golf course at which to hold this imaginary event. I recruited a committee and sponsors, secured player gifts and prizes, sold foursomes, acquired Latin style launch items, and we were off to the races. We raised about $90,000 that first year. Year two was $170,000, then $250,000, and it was onward and upward from there. Last month at Medina, we had our 29th annual event, and we raised over $1.7 million. volunteers, hardworking staff members, generous supporters, and dedicated committee members and event chairs. To you, I owe an enormous debt of gratitude, and I sincerely hope everyone here will consider coming out next year to support our huge milestone 30th anniversary event, where $2 million is our goal. I will be chairing the event, and I can promise you it is going to be one for the ages. If any of you want to join and be part of the committee, we'd love to have you. Please let me know. Finally, back to why we're all here. This disease knows no bounds. It does not discriminate based on color, creed, age, sex, wealth, religion, or nationality. In my family and close friend group alone, it has ravaged my mother-in-law, my stepmother-in-law, my stepfather, my sister and sister-in-law, brother-in-law, multiple aunts, uncles, cousins, several of our best friends, some co-workers, and far too many others to count. Many have fought valiantly and lost. Others are in a current fight, and some are fortunate enough to be in remission. I remember every cancer speaker we've had at Chicago Select over the years as they've each poignantly recounted their own cancer journeys. They've driven me to tears and made me feel so very sad, and yet so very blessed and fortunate at the same time. Then last year, just a few short weeks before Chicago Select, it was my turn to hear the words, "You have cancer." When hearing this, you go into shock and you don't believe it can be you. Thoughts rush through your head thinking, is it really true? Did they make a mistake? What did I do to deserve this? What do I need to do? Where do I go to do it? Am I going to live? Am I going to die? How do I tell my family? Will I ever meet my grandkids? How do I put things in order for my family? Random sentiments continually pour in and out of your head. I had no symptoms and no clue that I could get this news. 5 years prior, I had 2 artificial discs implanted into my back at the Texas Back Institute. An alert radiologist told me after one of my pre-surgery scans that he had seen a small growth on my kidney and that it was likely nothing, but that I should go see a urologist who was back in Chicago just to be sure. Over 5 years of scans, my kidney ultrasound images were clean, and I repeatedly was told it's just a cyst, little to nothing to worry about, no concerns. In late summer 2003, I went in for my annual ultrasound expecting more of the same. However, this time, the report indicated some growth in the cyst and a recommendation that I should schedule a contrast MRI, but that it was still likely nothing. When I nonchalantly keyed into my MyChart app on my phone a few days post-MRI to view the results, I was welcomed with the words, highly suspicious for renal cell carcinoma. I proceeded to find the best doctors and scheduled 2 consultations which confirmed the diagnosis of kidney cancer. Thankfully, and unlike far too many others, my journey to date has had a very good outcome. I had the tumor in part of my right kidney removed last year. The margins were clean and the cancer did not spread. Due to a bad back, 2 failed prior back surgeries, sheer luck, a very alert radiology tech in Dallas, and my adherence to suggested testing, we caught the disease early. I'm one of the lucky ones and hope to remain cancer-free. However, there are many, many others that have not been so fortunate. That is why we all must continue our fight to eradicate this dreaded disease in our lifetimes. That is my goal, and I hope it will be yours as well. It is my belief that the best way to accomplish this goal is through funding desperately needed research. And a little later in the program, we're going to have an amazing live auction. And afterwards, we're all going to raise our panels high to try to bring in as much money as possible to provide these sorely needed funds. And I sincerely hope you all will join me in digging deep to help us in this crusade. Think of giving not as your duty, but as your privilege. And never doubt that a small group of thoughtful people can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has. Lastly, I want to thank my incredible wife, Barb, our son Kyle and his wife, Allie, and our daughter, Valerie, for all you do to help make my life happy, balanced, full, and productive. You are my biggest supporters. And my greatest joys and loves, without